Dick and Jem to press ahead with the construction. First off, the wind turbine blades. With each of them needing to be just over 1 metre long, equally balanced, perfectly aerodynamic and identical, Jem has no margin for error. By cutting out a series of triangles, Jem will arrive at a wedge shape before starting to work it into an aerodynamic blade. Knowing that he's only got a few days to build the whole turbine, and with no two sides of each blade the same, Jem cracks on at an impressive speed. The key component of Dick's water turbine will be a steel runner, or mini water wheel. This will consist of 2 circular discs which will sandwich several steel slats, or fins. Because time is short and cutting through steel so labour-intensive, Dick's measurements must be ultra-precise. Any mistakes here will have to be corrected later, so speed and concentration are key. Each of Jem's blades has to be shaped so that the flat edge at its base catches the wind, allowing the whole thing to overcome inertia and start its spin, like the turbine on the horsebox roof. Added to which, each of the 3 blades needs to be exactly the same as the other 2. Not easy. After sanding down, each one is finished with a weatherproof coat of varnish. Having marked up and cut out the 2 sides of his water runner, Dick needs to make sure that he's got perfectly smooth discs.
Hey, that's quite circular.
He now has to cut a series of notches into each steel disc into which the runner's fins will slot.
Jem, have a look at this little bad boy. This is one side of the turbine. I've got little sections of pipe. They're going to be the blades, and we stick them between the 2, and that is all we need. That's the turbine, mate.
That's really nice. It's
like
like some ninja throwing star. But check this.
It's really complicated shapes, isn't it?
That's a bit of an understatement. I can honestly say I ache from concentrating, from being desperate not to mess it up.
How did you join them together?
Right, that's glued and screwed to the back plate. Then this front plate gets glued and screwed on, so that's one solid wooden item.
Yeah.
Then that gets bolted onto the magnet plate. Then that makes the magnet spin past the coils and electricity is generated. Everybody's happy.
Lots of glue and lots of concentration. Fill your boots, mate. I'm going to go and weld.
With the side discs of the water runner now notched, Dick can finally fit all the fins and start welding it all together. With the wind turbine blades now complete, Jem just needs to fix on a final wooden disc, onto which he'll eventually attach his spinning electrical generator.
It looks like I've got something right, okay? When the wind catches these...
Way to go! That's impressive, mate.
There's a load of friction on that at the moment because it's just on that rod, but that spins so nicely.
That's going to be excellent.
Oh, it's picking up, it's picking up.
Oh, I've got to go get back to mine now.
I've got to figure a way of stopping it. If I take off, Dick, come and get me.
While Dick feels certain his water turbine is a solution to the hostel's power needs, he hasn't yet got a suitable way of piping the water 750 metres all the way down from Sail Beck to the water turbine at the bottom of the valley. Meanwhile, Tony is trying to persuade the Forestry Commission's fire department to loan out some of their hoses. While Dick waits anxiously for an answer, Jem has raced ahead and started work on his generator. But how exactly will it generate electricity?
So when the wind blows, the blades spin round. When the blades spin round, they spin here, which is going to be my generator. That's going to generate the electricity that's going to power the hostel. Okay so far?
Absolutely.
Good, because this is the bit I'm really worried about. This is the next part of the plan. I'm going to have 2 discs, and on these discs, I'm going to sit 8 magnets. The magnets are going to face each other so that it concentrates the magnetic field. Those magnets are going to be spun by the spinning propellers. Sandwiched between the 2 magnet plates is going to be my stator plate. That's going to stay still, and on it, I'm going to have a series of 6 coils. As the magnets spin their magnetic field, hopefully they're going to generate electricity in those coils, wire them together, send them into rectifier to convert it into smooth 12 volts DC, then that can go on to charge the batteries for the guys in the hostel. Is that all right?
Absolutely brilliant.
Sensing that only face-to-face negotiations will work, Dick mounts his trusty biofueled steed. He needs those fire hoses. Failure is not an option. Jem's finished his wooden blades and has started on one of the 2 rotor plates which will eventually be attached to the magnets. In simple terms, 2 discs covered in magnets face one another and spin. In between is a static stator disc covered in wire coils. The spinning action generates an electrical charge. Because Jem will be drilling through solid steel, he needs to be absolutely certain that the holes are all in precisely the right place. This isn't a job that you want to do twice. Dick's powers of persuasion are plainly effective. The fire department have come to his rescue with enough ultra-strong piping to help him funnel the water down the mountainside.
Okay, do you know what the beauty about this is? It takes lots of pressure.
The heavy-duty fire hoses are ideal for the job. But carrying hundreds of kilograms of heavy pipe nearly a kilometre up through the rough terrain of the mountain is a daunting prospect. Getting his hand on the hose has made Dick a happy man. But with no transport, he's struggling to climb up the mountain with just one of these rolls. Even for an ex-army man, this is a really tough job. All he has to do now is get the water into the hose. But it's rather like hoping that air will just fill up a balloon by itself. It looks as though Dick's going to have to rethink this one.
There's not enough pressure to open this pipe. I need a rigid pipe.
After another SOS call, Tony has come up trumps again. He's rung around his friends in the valley and come up with some old drain pipes. By creating a small reservoir and then submerging rigid drain pipes into it, there should be no problem in getting water into the pipes.
Now the water's going to get rammed down the tube.
It means that whatever he attaches to the drain pipe should fill to capacity quickly. While Dick's playing around with water, Jem is racing ahead starting work on his generator. But how exactly will it work? With the 2 spinning rotor plates for his generator now cut, Jem needs a jig or stencil which will act as a guide to where the powerful magnets will sit on these plates.
Oh dear, mate. Making electricity?
No, Dick. Far from it. I'm making a jig with the faint hope of making electricity in the future.
You've got some problems there, mate. The spacing of your magnets, the spacing of your coils, the separation, air gaps are bad, you lose all of it. You know, that's not trivial.
Dick, why do you think I'm using all of this lot? I realise that getting it horribly accurate is the only way for it to work.
Whereas I've just got bigger hammers.
You enjoy yourself, Dick. The soft sound of me tapping on calculator buttons will almost certainly be masked by your use of large hammers. Nonetheless, Dick, shush, I can't concentrate. I'll get it right, don't worry.
The jig allows Jem to make sure that the 8 magnets are evenly and accurately spaced before being attached to steel, at which point, because of the huge forces involved, they become almost impossible to move. With the drain pipe fixed in place at the top of Sailbag, Dick still needs to funnel the water nearly a kilometre across a site of scientific interest, down to the River Lisa. Dick has got all the piping he needs, but absolutely no way of getting it to where it's needed. It's impossible for him to do alone, and a four-wheel drive is definitely out of the question. Defeat is now staring Colonel Dick in the face. With Jem's wind turbine nearly completed, Dick has 27 reels of heavy-duty fire hose waiting to be hauled up a mountain. He needs some serious reinforcements. While Jem seems delighted with his progress, Dick's in dire straits. But hostel manager Tony has hatched a rescue plan. He may not have rounded up the troops to help Dick, but it looks as though he may have called in the cavalry.
Tony said he had a solution. Is this it?
This is Thor and Prince.
Thor and Prince?
Yeah.
Are you sure that you can take those?
Oh, that's no problem. 2 of those, no problem at all, and say 4 altogether.
4 in each pony?
Yeah,
so we take 8 at a time. Brilliant.
They used to carry 16 stones of lead and iron ore out of the fells down to the coast, so they're not going to be any weight at all. No.
In that case, we'll put 6 on. I was only joking.
Make it easy for ourselves.
Is this Prince?
This is Prince. We've got
only
to
joking, Prince. Oh, yeah, he's quite frisky. Who's got that moustache?
Yeah, he's got a moustache.
Let's get them loaded. These are heavier than the other ones. I feel guilty for Prince now. You know, we couldn't have done this. What? Carrying these things up the hill would have taken us days.
With Thor and Prince able to carry 91 kilos each trip, the number of journeys Dick needs to make has been drastically cut, allowing him to make drops of hosepipe all the way up the mountainside in just a couple of hours.
It's fairly flat, so...
Oh, Prince, that's so much lighter! Do you want to know something? Carrying those up here would have been a nightmare. Have you seen how far that is?
I know, it's fantastic.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to take this one around the corner to the head, yeah? Away the workers.
Come on, boys.
See you down there.
See you now.
With a rigid drain pipe structure connected directly to the reservoir at the top of the mountain, Dick is now able to construct the entire 750-metre pipeline.
Get in there! Yes!
As he makes the final valve connection, the pressure begins to build. A key component of the water turbine is now in place.